Alright, what is going on, everybody? So, today I wanted to do a little short, I don't want to say easy video, but this is something I did a few years ago at this point, and then I didn't do for 2021 that I wish I did, but I didn't. So, I'm doing this for 2022, and that is my top 10 not just games, because I didn't play enough games to have a top 10 list. So this is my top 10 things of 2022, and this is honestly mostly for me to just look back and reflect on the games that I played and the other stuff that I watched and kind of experienced. So this is going to be in a particular order, just me kind of just going over things that I played, and yeah, actually it might be. But so the big, I guess, 4 games that I played that I guess I'll talk about first is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Was a experience like no other. I've never experienced anything like that in a video game before, and it really honestly truly blew me away in ways that I wasn't expecting, and I honestly had to play that game in sessions because of like how much of a chord it struck with me and how intense it was. The other, I guess, main game trilogy thing that I'm playing is Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition. I played through 1 and 2 so far. I like 2 a lot better than 1, and I'm on 3 right now. I'm not sure if I like 3 more than 2, but if you really look at them as like one game and like just play it straight through, it's honestly such a cohesive experience that I really found myself, I'm really enjoying it right now. And then finally, the last new game I played was God of War Ragnarok, and I don't think I have to really explain why that game is so great, but honestly, truly one of the most cinematic experiences I ever experienced. And the only complaint I have with the game is I wish that the invasion of Ragnarok was like 10 hours longer than it was. It only ended up being about maybe an hour and a half, and I just wished it was stretched out longer, more like a God of War 3 kind of climax. At least that's what I wish it was, instead of more just, yeah, like I wish they put all the family stuff in there, but I wish there was more, I guess, god killing. But that's just kind of like a personal, like, I'm like my God of War 3 brain kicked in, so that's kind of why I was expecting that. Sweet, moving on. Now time for Anime Town. In terms of anime, I didn't watch that much, but the ones I did watch were fantastic. I finished Mushishi: The Next Passage, which was this like amazing episodic, like almost like a sci-fi fantasy like detective slice of life show, and it's fantastic if you haven't seen it. Then I caught up with the almighty Bleach. The 1,000-Year Blood War was utterly phenomenal, and if you're a fan of Bleach or been wanting to check Bleach out, honestly I recommend watching this as a way to get into the series. I rewatched Attack on Titan, and just as amazing as it ever has been. And then finally I watched the spectacular Violet Evergarden, which is a phenomenal anime, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's really short, it's really beautiful, and it's on Netflix right now. In terms of shows, I didn't watch too many. I'm still watching The Sopranos, and it's taken me like a whole year just to like get through 4 seasons. But the ones I did take the time to watch as they were coming out was The Stranger Things, which I can't recommend enough how awesome season 4 was. I honestly really didn't expect it to be so good, if I'm gonna be honest. The Witcher season 2 was good for the first episode, and then everything else after that I'm just gonna pretend didn't happen. And then The Boys season 3 was just pure hype just the entire time, even though I don't know what they're gonna do now in terms of like Homelander, but besides that, it was fantastic. Okay, and finally we're going on to the big guns, my top 10 movies of 2022. Okay, starting in at number 10, Avatar: The Way of Water. I didn't expect to like this movie this much. It's a technical achievement, and it got me extraordinarily invested in the Avatar franchise and what they do in the future. I liked the first Avatar. I didn't love it. I thought it was cool, and this movie made me like the first Avatar a lot more. Number 9 is Wakanda Forever. This movie made me have hope for the MCU again, mostly just because of the tribute they played to Chadwick Boseman and just how beautiful the film was shot, and honestly just how seriously it takes itself. I loved its villains, I loved its characters, I loved the way the story was told, and it was just, I loved the epic style storytelling. It felt like an epic, and I just really thoroughly enjoyed it. Number 8 is The Menu. I didn't expect to like this movie, and this movie ended up being one of my favorites of the entire year. I saw the trailers and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a stupid horror movie, and then I was proven wrong at every single opportunity, and it just was this a wholly original movie that I haven't seen like before, and I really truly loved this movie. It was fantastic. Number 7 is Tar. It took me 2 times to watch this movie. First time I got pulled away from the theater, and then the second time I had to sit and watch it, and it was a pretty fantastic film, and I can't wait to watch it again, if I'm gonna be honest, just because of the way it's handled. It really makes you think, and you have to really be paying attention to what's happening in it, and it's weird. It's brazenly unsubtle and very subtle at the same time, and you have to be very interested in what they're saying, otherwise you will hate this movie. Okay, number 6, Bullet Train. I saw this movie 5 times in theaters, I'm not gonna lie. Just the vibe and the characters and the humor and the action, and then just the pure hype moments are really what did this movie for me. And then the cameos and just the callback jokes to other movies is just spectacular. And before you see this movie, I highly recommend you watch Deadpool 2 and the first Deadpool, because they're both fantastic, but specifically Deadpool 2. That is my recommendation, and you will thank me later if you do that before seeing this movie. Alright, number 5 is Nope. It took me 2 times to really like this movie. The first time I really disliked it. Well, I didn't dislike it, but I didn't love it. I thought it was great until the very end, and then the second time I watched it, I understood what it was doing, and I got it. It was like, okay, I understand now. This is what this movie is. I understand. I think this is my favorite Jordan Peele movie besides Get Out. No, I like this more than Get Out. Before it was Get Out, then Us, but now I think it's Nope, Get Out, then Us. And I will say, as an actor, I am never working with chimps. Alright, number 4 is a movie I didn't expect to like as much as I do. Emily the Criminal. I came into this movie with zero knowledge about what it was. I had zero expectations, and I was just like, okay, let's watch this movie, let's see how it is. And then I ended up literally just falling in love with it, and I was like, okay, I want to shoot my feature the same way this movie is shot. It is an amazing story, extremely well done. I love the characters, I love the presentation of it, and I love the way it goes and the evolution of all the characters. Number 3 is The Northman. I am gonna be honest, I wasn't the hugest fan of Robert Eggers, the director of this movie, because I didn't super love his other 2 films. I didn't love The Witch, and I hated The Lighthouse, but The Northman I really loved. I thought it was fantastic storytelling. I loved all the actor depictions, and I loved the pure revenge aspect of it. I thought it was incredibly well done, and it was just a fantastic story and just amazing through and through. Number 2 is Everything Everywhere All at Once. And if you haven't seen this movie, go see it. That's all I'm going to tell you about it. I don't want to spoil anything. Literally, go see it. Stop what you're doing. Go see it. I think it's either on Netflix or HBO Max. You can get it streaming wise now, but go watch it. It's that good. Number 1 is The Batman. This movie is so good. I'm in disbelief at how good it is, looking back, honestly. I knew it was going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be this good. It's just, everything about it is just so perfect. Pattinson kills it. Alfred is amazing. Andy Serkis's Alfred is amazing. And what's-his-face as Gordon is fantastic. Everything is perfect, and everything about this movie is perfect. The way it's shot, the way it's directed, the music, everything is just fantastic. It's the best on-screen depiction of Gotham, and it is up there as my favorite depiction of Batman. Not my favorite depiction of Bruce Wayne, but definitely up there for my favorite depiction of Batman. Just everything about this movie. If you're a fan of Batman, or even if you're just a fan of comic books, or you want to get into Batman and never got it before, check out this movie. Yes, it's 3 hours long, but honestly, it's so perfect. This movie is definitely sit down and watch on a rainy day. Just watch Batman. It's literally fantastic. And if you had any reservations about Robert Pattinson as Batman, just watch this movie and they will go away. Straight up. Alright guys, well that's going to be the end of this video. I just decided to make this video today for no real reason other than the fact that I wanted to. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's, and I will see you guys soon.